Hey guys, what's going on? It's John, and I'm going to start a new series now called The Newsreel, and the name basically says everything. Talking about some gaming news. Alright, first topic, some RPG news. Sega has announced that they will be licensing Tri-Ace's new game, Resonance of Fate, which will be coming out. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but I think it's next year, this year. Unless you expect some delays. Alright. I don't know a lot about the game, but Tri-Ace, they have done the Star Ocean series, and this will be the first time developing not exclusive to PlayStation, because it's going to be cross-plat, PS3 and 360. Next on the gaming news is Digital Devil Saga 1, Digital Devil Saga 2, and Nocturne have been reprinted on Amazon. They're going for $30 now. Brand new, sealed and everything. Now I'm just saying, go ahead and buy this, because everybody says these games are awesome. I'm going to buy them too. I haven't played any of them, but what can you expect when they're games that obscure RPGs that all the fans rave about, and it's Shin Megami Tensei, one of the biggest RPG franchises, who brought us Persona 3 and 4, which have a lot of people say are the best RPGs to come out in a long time, and I personally think that Persona 4 was definitely one of the best RPGs to come out in a long time, probably even since some of the ones that we've seen on the PlayStation. The next on the newsreel is the Dragon Ball Z game. The game licensing is left to Atari. Now it's on to Namco Bandai. Now I was never a fan of the Dragon Ball Z games, but this can seem promising because Namco Bandai makes some pretty good games. Basically once Namco and Bandai merged, they got a lot better. When you think of it, Namco was kind of like a little weak, and Bandai, wasn't really doing as good as they usually do. They merged, and we get something awesome. For example, Xenosaga 3, from what I hear, is an awesome game. Xenosaga 2 had a lot of problems. And then they came together, and it's awesome. Another thing is, Namco Bandai went together to make Tekken 5, and that was really good. They're making good games, and also Dragon Ball Z games are mainly fighting games, and Dragon Ball Z fighting game, there at Namco Bandai, you'd expect to see something kind of like Tekken or Soul Calibur, which would be kind of sweet, and another thing is safe to make an RPG, and then Bandai made a pretty good RPG back then, and now they're doing the Tales series, so you look at Tales of Vesperia and see how that was, and I played a little bit of it at a friend's house. It's pretty good. It's a very solid Tales game, and as a lot of my friends say, Tales of the Abyss is also really good. I haven't played that, but it's one of the games on my to-get list. Next on the newsreel, according to GameStop.com, King of Fighters has been delayed a couple weeks from July 7th to July 20th, which is a couple more weeks. I think 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks, I'm not sure. I think 2 weeks, but yeah, that's kind of blows, but my standpoint, I wasn't going to get it day one anyway, because well, I was planning on, but now I'm not, seeing as these games, these Shin Megami Tensei games got reprinted, and it's going to be $90 with the 3 games, so yeah, I can't be spending that much on games considering my job. I mean, I don't have that high paying of a job considering I'm in high school and all, I need that money for other things other than all games and stuff, and I am investing in a DS, so yeah. And next on the news, we got Vandal Hearts, that was a very well-known, not really well-known, but very, has a very loyal following, strategy RPG for the PS1. There was also Vandal Hearts 1 and 2. There's been a prequel in development for Xbox Live Arcade and PSN, which has been delayed until winter, and we will not be seeing it in the fall as we were hoping, which is unfortunate because I myself want to get into the Vandal Hearts series, pick up Vandal Hearts 1 and 2 and play this prequel and see how it goes, and hopefully someday we can get a full-fledged Vandal Hearts game, and we get it as a disc, and because I don't know how long a download prequel would be. I don't expect it to be longer than 20 hours. Maybe we can get, a sequel to Vandal Hearts 2, and it would be an 80-hour game. and hopefully we can see those games be on the PlayStation Store, but Konami has no words about that. And next on the newsreel, King of Fighters Ultimate Match 98 is now on Xbox Live Arcade, but unfortunately it is not in English and the lag is horrible, so it seems that the ideal way of playing this game is still getting the PS2 version, which goes for 20 bucks. Live Arcade version goes for 800 Microsoft points. I'm not sure how much that goes for in dollars, but I think it's less than 20 bucks. So as long as you can put up with the Japanese and you can put up with laggy online, or you know, if you're going with the PS2 version, there's no online at all. So you know, if you're gonna play online, you know, you might as well just give it a shot with the 360 version. But you know, end of the day, why don't you just wait for King of Fighters 12 if you really want to play King of Fighters Online, or if you just need a fighting game in general. As I heard, BlazBlue Calamity Trigger is pretty solid. I haven't been able to pick it up yet. I want to. That's again on my priority list of games to pick up. But yeah, that's for another day, for when I actually get that game. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match, skip it. But instead, if you really want to fight a game on the Live Arcade, go with Garou Mark of the Wolves. It's, I don't know how much it is, but I think it's like 10 bucks or something, or however many Microsoft points that is. I'm not really good with Microsoft, seeing as I don't own an Xbox, but Garou is really making me interested in buying an Xbox because all the printings of it are very rare, because it came in Neo Geo at the end of its life, and it came in the arcades late in the arcades popular, like in the sort of early 2000s when the arcades were, you know, nobody really cared about them anymore. And then by early 2000s or late 90s, I'm not too sure. But then it came out again on the Dreamcast late in that lifespan. And, you know, most of us, you know, we didn't get to play it. But, you know, unless you're into importing, I think it was on PS2. I'm not sure, though, if that one's an easy to find import. But, yeah, I mean, it's worth it, and for 10 bucks, really, there's not really any excuse not to get this. It's an awesome game. I've played it online a little bit on 2dfighter.com. It's a lot of fun. It's actually probably my favorite SNK fighting game that I've played, and maybe even my favorite fighting game, period. And you know, I asked Ted from Games and Me, well, what would be a good game to get into the SNK group before King of Fighters 12, and Mark of the Wolves was one of them that he recommended me. And also, lastly, on the newsreel, we got Capcom's bringing over some games to the PlayStation Store, both PSP games and PS1 games. I'm not sure everything they're bringing, but I know that they're bringing the Capcom Classics collection from the PSP onto the PlayStation Store, and they're bringing Resident Evil 2 and Dino Crisis onto PlayStation Store under the PS1 Classics. Now, we just gotta wonder, you know, how is this going to be? Like, what else are they going to bring? Because they haven't announced everything as far as I'm concerned. It's not on yet. And it's not, you know, 100% sure what exactly they're going to be put on. I mean, when they're going to be put on. You know, no dates are announced or anything. So, yeah, you know, you can only just hope that, you know, it comes soon and they get some more games. You know, maybe, hopefully, you know, Mega Man X4 or Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. You know, you don't know. Or hopefully we get some Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. That'll be sweet. You know, we do a little bit of HD remix for that. You know, maybe it's not a remake, but that'll be awesome. That'll be really, really awesome. My favorite Street Fighter game right there. And anyway, guys, as far as I'm concerned, that's it for now. So, you know, I'm not going to be doing this regularly, or maybe I will, I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided, but if I do it regularly, it's probably going to be once a week, or every other week, or something like that, I'm not sure. But as for now, guys, thank you, and enjoy.